Hey y'all, it's Lippy with Gemini Homestead. I've not put out a video, I think, in a week. Well, I think Buddy and I did our live on Monday. But I was going to make a quick summer pasta dish, and I thought, well, I can do a video, and because it's short, so you don't have to be post-op to make this like I am. But it is literally a 15-minute throw together, and it's straight from the garden to the pot. And I thought, well, I'll make a video and show y'all. This may be something that you'll be interested in making for your family right now. But I knew that we needed something light, or I did. And I know I'm not able to stand for a period of time. So instead of me talking this long video, I went ahead and kind of got everything out, so it would speed it up. But all I've got is aluminum pot here, okay? This is going to go fast. This is a 1-pound box of fettuccine. I like the linguine, but we were out. This is about 3/4 of that box. So I would say, see if there's 16 ounces, I'd say, 12 ounces of linguine. That's going in. And all I've got in the bottom of this is just a little bit of olive oil. That's dry pasta, okay? Y'all follow it. This here is about a medium diced onion. Now, if you have summer squash, add it. I'm just basically giving you the basis of what I'm going to do. Okay? So here's an onion that I have julienne. We like ours kind of in big hunks, but we're onion eaters. Now this is a jar of tomatoes, and instead of me putting 2 to 3 garlic cloves, because we like a lot of garlic, this already has garlic in it. It's just garlic tomatoes. So I'm just going to add this to the pot. And then from there, this is oregano that I dry. My stickers are starting to come off. And I'm going to add, I'm measuring this, but normally I put it in my hands. Let's see. Right about two teaspoons, I'm guessing this. And we like pepper flakes. Now this is a whole teaspoon. Now this is strictly optional, y'all. But we like a little heat. Okay? Now, this is basil that I got out of the garden. Some julienne basil. That's going to go in last. This is 4 cups of chicken broth. I had vegetable stock, and I thought about using it, but I didn't have enough. I had only a pint left. So I went ahead and made my own chicken broth, but I prefer vegetable broth in this, and I'm out of vegetable broth in this. So I just went ahead and used the box. You got to use what you got. And I'm going to pour this in here. Y'all going to think, this is just a mess. It really is. We're going to add a little bit of salt. Got to have salt to the tomatoes. Now at this point, if your tomatoes are too acidic, cut it with a little bit of sugar, which is fine, okay? Now I'm going to stir all of this. Now I'm going to use tongs. I'm just going to kind of mix this together. That's all I'm doing. At this point, like I said, summer squash, keep it a little thick because you don't want it mushy. But it's basically anything you want. And this has no meat in it. Like I said, I prefer the vegetable stock because sometimes I don't want the meat. Now all I'm going to do to this is put my lid on it. And I'm going to bring it up to a boil. When I hear it come to a boil, I'm going to turn it down to a simmer. I'm going to stir it every, 2-3 minutes. And when the liquid cooks, 3/4 the way out is the way I like it. I turn the fire off. Then I come back with my basil, my julienne basil, remove it from the heat, and maybe Parmesan cheese if that's your preference. I won't be eating the Parmesan cheese, so I'm just going to top it off with the basil. This literally is a 15-minute dish because you're only cooking it till the noodles are tender. Now, you can cook most of the liquid out. I just happen to like that liquid because as, pasta sits, it kind of tends to dry. So if you leave a little liquid in there, it'll stay more moist. If you want to add a little bit of butter at the end, that's fine. I wouldn't do it now. So, and while I was talking, I totally forgot, y'all. See, this is what happens. Olive oil. Now, I buy it by the gallon. And that's all I put in. I don't know, I would say 2 tablespoons, I guess. But I happened to see it and I was like, yep, I got to get my olive oil in there. But that's it, y'all. This was strictly 12 ounces of fettuccine noodles. I prefer linguine. You could even do penne, I guess. It was 4 cups of broth. I like vegetable. I used chicken. A medium sweet onion. I used garlic tomatoes. If you didn't have a flavored tomato, you could even do, the one that you put up with bell peppers. We call it rotel. But if you just use straight tomatoes, I would suggest dicing 2 garlic cloves. That would be my preference in here. Salt, pepper, about, 2 tablespoons of oregano. 2 teaspoons, excuse me. And I did what? About a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Now, my daughter would like it. Now, the grandkids, I'd have to cut it down to just a pinch. So, I'm going to let this come to a boil. I'm going to stir it about every 2 minutes. And to go on the side, we like a broccoli and raisin cold salad. But on the side, actually, sliced cucumber would be really good with some salt and pepper. Just something really light because it's hot out there and you don't want anything heavy. So, about 10-15 minutes, we're going to have a good dinner. It's been cooking, let's see, probably about 5 minutes. Just long enough for me to, walk over and wash up a few things. So I just wanted y'all to see what it looks like. And it's not sticking because remember I put the olive oil to the bottom and I heated up the pot. Now see, I got one spot here, but it didn't stick. It came right up. That's why you need to, keep it stirred. And I was going to tell y'all, I know it's tomato canning time. And I told you I did the roasted tomatoes. Well, that's what we're going to do when everybody gets in, either tonight or at least start on them tonight and then finish tomorrow. He picked all of these. So we've got this, and I would think tomorrow we have another amount, this much to pick tomorrow. But the way we roast our garlic, I know everybody has different ways, but I thought, well, maybe I need to share. We take the garlic pods, and he's got to pick some up. He's got to go buy Sam's because we are completely out. You have your garlic pod, cut it in half. And you've got 2 open pots. Set it in some foil, drizzle it with a little olive oil, close it up. I roast mine on 350, depending on your ovens, it could be 375, for about 30 minutes and check it because you want it caramelized, you want the crystals, but you don't want it burnt. It may take 45 minutes. Let it cool, and I just squeeze that half out, and all the garlic pods will come on out. That's how I roast mine. That prevents me from making a mistake and scorching them, and it gives the best flavor, and that's all we do. It's like a generic tomato sauce, and we may go ahead and do a video and show y'all. That way I can turn it into my chili, to my vegetables, but we eat a lot of garlic. For the ones that don't care for garlic, leave it out. But I also roast my garlic like that to put on the steaks, if I grill a steak for Buddy. Really anything, but that's how we roast garlic. So, I'm going to put the lid back on this because I was running my mouth. Let it do its thing. We've probably got about another maybe 10 minutes, so we're at 15. We're going to be at 15 minutes. Okay. I'm looking at about 14 minutes. And if y'all can see, most of the liquids have cooked out. So, at this point, I'm turning my fire off. This is just how I prefer it because you got to remember that pasta is going to absorb a lot of the sauce. Now sometimes I'll put shrimp in here about halfway through a cooking because if you overcook shrimp, it's not good. Shrimp takes about 3 minutes. And we can turn it into a shrimp pasta. This will also be a good side if you wanted to grill some brocks or, a sausage on the grill. But this is where I would stop with the basil. Buddy would come in and do the Parmesan cheese. And I like it too. But today, I don't know. He can add it this evening. I'm just not in the mood for the Parmesan cheese. But I do love the fresh basil. And this is what I showed y'all earlier. I just put it in a cup. And I'm going to toss it around. This is where you could add more salt and pepper if you needed to. I'm not going to, strictly because I did use the Knorr's chicken bouillon for my base, and it's salty enough. But really, you can make it your own. So, nothing has stuck. You'll feel a little bit of bump, but it's not stuck. But at this point, the fire is off. You could plate it up right now. I'm going to let mine sit. I'm going to get me some broccoli and raisin salad on the side, and that's going to be my dinner. So I hope y'all try this out, because like I say, it's so versatile. You can use plain tomatoes, but you want to use, a pint size, which is, what did I say, 14, 15 ounces, I think, off the top of my head. And you've got an easy, very expensive meal, especially if you have vegetable broth on hand or chicken broth that you've put up. But we're out. So, and I'm not able right now to put some together. But I knew that, he needed a meal. He needed something light. I knew I needed to eat something. And this is kind of our go-to. But this is the basis for any kind of pasta. As long as it's got, let's see, if you're thinking, as long as you've got about 4.5 cups of liquid, you can cook any dry pasta. And that's 12 to 16 ounces of pasta, just remember. And that's any pasta. You do not have to pre-boil your pasta. A lot of times I'll do the one-pot spaghetti dish. I'll put my pasta inside my sauce and let it cook. And that just takes one step out. So I hope you try. I'll see if we are able to do a video. I'll be sitting a lot tomorrow. But I'll see if he wants to do a video and show you how we put up our roasted tomatoes, for the winter. So enjoy. I'm glad I was able to put out a video, even as short as it was. And I bless you all.